Hey y'all,
What's up?
welcome to Parenthood Unscripted,
Yes,
where
sir.
this is just real, raw, no script, just our real story.
Facts.
For this first episode, very first episode, we'll be jumping into some of our favorite firsts, our milestone first, some of the hard first, just a whole bunch of firsts. Today's episode is called Unscripted First, the moments we'll never forget. So let's just talk a little bit about what this podcast is. This podcast, honestly, is a space for real, authentic conversation, just a little further dig into our real lives aside from the YouTube channel. Honestly, we're just going to be having conversations about parenting, healing, a whole bunch of stuff that you may not hear us talk about just on our channel. I am your host, AK, and this is my co host.
King, what's up?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the first topic that we're going to be talking about. First time seeing London and Lamari. How did you feel?
Okay, so the first time I saw London, it was such a life-changing moment. Honestly, nobody prepares you for that feeling when you hold your baby for the first time. People talk about it and maybe you hear it and you see movies about it, but that feeling is truly undescribable. I think for me, seeing London for the very first time, it was like, what would I say? It came with a lot of excitement, but also anxiety, especially because of the fact that um, I had a C-section, which was really unexpected. I, of course, wanted to go natural, but just due to London being a little bit stubborn and not wanting to come out naturally, I basically was in labor for like 48 hours.
Yeah, because she was
So
supposed to come on Christmas, right?
yeah, our daughter was due on Christmas Day. So, of course, by the time Christmas Day came, I was really hoping she would have come on time, but that did not happen. But a few hours, I think it was the next day that we had to go in and get induced
Mm-hmm.
because she was not even trying to make a move. So basically, that first time, just fast forwarding, that first time, like actually physically holding her in my hands, it was like long awaited. Like it was just a different, surreal moment because it just did not feel like I just gave birth to that child, that that baby. How did you feel when you saw our daughter for the first time?
Honestly, when I saw London,
Mm-hmm.
it was like twin. Like it was like basically like another human that looked exactly like me, and
And
it
how did
was
that make you? How
exciting.
did that make you feel?
It was nice, you know. My genetics are strong, you know what I'm saying?
Clearly.
But yeah, like it was like exciting, but it was also like nervous because now I have to take care of a baby.
Hmm.
And when we had London, I was 20.
Exactly.
So I was 20 years old, and
Yeah.
I I'm just starting life. So I don't even know what I'm still starting life. I'll be 24 next month.
Hmm.
I'm still starting life, and it's crazy to think that this year, at the end of this year, London's gonna be 4.
4 years old.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
that was a big thing as well, just based on the fact that he was 20 years old. I was 22, uh, 23.
You're 23 when London.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
you're
I was
23.
23 by
Yeah,
that time
you're
when I had
23.
London. So it was just honestly for that first moment holding our daughter, our first child, it was a big thing. And shout out to my dad, my mom, because they were like in the moment, they made sure that I felt everything. They were on the phone with King, and it was kind of like COVID. It was like kind of the COVID
Yeah,
times.
it was like kind of like near the end of COVID
Yeah,
because like
so it wasn't a lot of people that were allowed in the rooms and anything like that. So, that first moment was a big deal, especially because of everything that has gone through in life. Just seeing our precious daughter for the first time, it was just a big thing. For our son, that moment felt different, but a good different. Like the experience altogether, it was more stress free. We felt ready. I personally think that we were more ready for our son because we kind of knew what was going to happen. I knew I was going to have a C-section. I knew that he was going to be born on this day. Like we knew what was going to happen.
yeah, instead of like how London's was,
Yeah.
and London's was in like winter,
Yeah.
and Lamari's was in spring, kind
Yeah.
of, right?
Yeah.
So
So it was just a different mindset altogether. But that was our experience, first time seeing both of our children. Let me ask you something. So, what was the first time you realized that parenting changes you?
first time, I would say like the end of the world, it changes everything.
Mhm.
Everything changes. Your life has to change. You can't like for me. For example, I'm a father, so I have to do fatherly things to make sure that my kids are good
Mhm.
in the long run. Like
Mhm.
I need to make sure that they're secure because it's not just me that I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about their future as well, right?
Yeah.
So honestly, just basically once they come into this
So basically, it
world,
happened the day she was born
the
and he
day
was
she was
born.
born,
That's
he was
when,
born,
boom, like it hit
like it
you.
hit me, like regardless. Like I still need to do better, but I'm at a better place than I was. But yeah, I have two kids now, and now I have to realize that they're they're depending on me because I'm yes, they're depending on you too,
Mhm.
but they're depending on their father because the father is supposed to be that person that's protecting
The
and
head of the
yeah,
house.
the head of the house. So
Yeah.
London changed everything,
Yeah.
and then Lamari also changed more. I have motivation that I have to take care of two humans,
Yeah.
two little human beings, and I don't want to be like a deadbeat or anything like that because that's the worst.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel like that as a father, right? So
Honestly, for me, I don't think that the reality hit me right after giving birth. When I had London, I was kind of out of it in the beginning. Um, Once again, it was her birth, like the experience was unexpected. It was not what I planned, which we'll talk about in another episode, but some things you plan just doesn't work out that way, right? So for our daughter, it was unexpected, which resulted in me kind of having a different shift once I gave birth to her. I kind of was not really fully in my zone. And for me, that's why I would say the reality of parenting never really hit me until we had to leave the hospital. Once we were heading out the hospital, you were carrying our child, and I said in my head, like, wow, this child is like our full
yeah, it's
responsibility.
our responsibility.
We don't have no help from the
On
doctors, the nurses. We don't have no help. This child is going to be completely dependent for both kids. But, London is our first, so you're going to hear us probably mention her a lot more. just based on the fact that she was our first time experiencing parenting. Once we had our son, we kind of were a little bit more accustomed. So, yeah, for that, I did not really get into my parenting mode until we were leaving the hospital.
Well, okay. I would say yes when Lanit was born, but even before, once I found out that you were pregnant,
Okay, yeah.
that changed
Yeah.
my life. Like
Yeah.
that changed my responsibility
Yeah.
because from then until she was born, I still have to make sure that you're
Everything
good,
is
right?
taken
You know,
care of.
everything's still taken care of. So that also is a moment where parenting changed me, where I know that I have a kid that I have to like support,
Yeah.
you know? I like for example never really had no one tell me about parenthood
Yeah.
growing up or anything like that. So I
Yeah.
had like I know everyone learns on their own,
Yeah.
but it was so like
So much harder, I
so
feel
much
like.
harder, yeah.
Yeah, not having that um kind of guide to say, maybe do this, do that.
Yeah, yeah,
Which,
yeah.
of course, we can dive into this again on another episode. But his like parents, it's something that we'll discuss eventually. But yeah, like there's a reason to all of this.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got to
yeah.
stay tuned and keep watching. We'll
That's it.
definitely get deep into our personals on another episode. But our last top three firsts.
First family milestone that hit different.
So, first family milestone that hit different was celebrating New Year's for me, I would say, because our daughter was born on December 28th, so right before the New Year. And for that, we actually were celebrating it with my family. So again, that milestone, that countdown, that moment, that everything tied in and said, wow, like I have something to call my own and to like experience every year with. Of course, you have your family, your parents, your siblings, your extended family, but once you have a child of your own and you know that they're going to be relying on you and depending on you for life, not for 18 years, for life.
For life, yeah. Because honestly,
You
I
never
know.
stop.
Honestly, some parents,
Hmm.
like I know they say, "Oh, once you're 18, you're an adult. You gotta
Hmm.
fend for yourself."
Hmm.
But that's not how this world works.
No.
If you bring a kid into this world, you're gonna have like that's your responsibility until you die.
Straight up.
On God, like it's not even like okay, yeah, they're an adult. They have their own responsibilities. They have to take care of it. Yes, we have to take care of our responsibilities, but you also have to take care of your responsibilities that you decide your decisions. It's
Right.
your decision that you brought a
Right.
kid into this life. It's
Yeah.
not no one else's decision.
Right.
You know? Like I respect the parents that show them what to do or they tell them like how to like they help them.
Hmm.
Those I respect those parents, because
They're there every
they're
step
there
of the
every
way.
step
They don't
regardless.
just they don't just pop up here and there. It's the parents that want to have a hand
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah. And okay,
being a parent.
also is like I don't think that a parent
Coddle. Like,
shouldn't be over you too
okay,
much.
okay.
Like
Like a helicopter parent?
yes, like a helicopter parent. Like okay, you can be there for your kid because that's your responsibility,
Hmm.
but you don't have to be overprotective over them because as I said, once you're 18, you're an adult, but you still have you still have stuff that you have to be responsible for, For example, if you have a job, if you just have a job, as an 18-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
That's your responsibility, waking up every morning, going to work, finding a way to work. 'Cause that's something an adult does, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Or like if you have a place, make sure your rent or your mortgage is paid. But your parent also has to be there to support you for certain things. But that's why I'm saying, like, honestly, if you bring a kid into this world, like if you bring a kid into this world, that's your responsibility until you're
Yeah.
dead, as I said.
Yeah.
Because it's a life changing moment for you. You brought a whole human being into this world. This world is not easy. It's not fun. And you made a decision to bring a kid in to the world, and now look.
Yep.
So yeah, like for me, for example, I'm gonna be there for the kids until I die, because I
Yep.
don't
That's
know.
what family is all about. And that is one of the biggest things that, as a parent, once you learn to acknowledge that and once you have an understanding of that, life will be just amazing. That's all I can say. Life
Yeah.
will be so amazing. But that ends our first segment. Now we're going to move on to segment number 2. This segment is our game. So every episode, we will have a game. Some episodes will be rapid fire, some episodes will be a different game. You'll find out on each episode. For this episode, we will be doing rapid fire first. This is an unscripted game, once again, just so you can kind of find out a little bit more about the topic that we're talking about today. So for today's game, no long thinking, no taking back your answer, and just rapid fire response. So you have about 5 seconds to think. Once I say it out loud, you have about 5 seconds to think about your response, and you have to answer on that 5 second counter. All
Okay.
right?
Sure.
What is your first time parenting fail?
Um, Not knowing how to change a diaper. I didn't know how to change a diaper at first. Like that was the first thing. I did not know how to change a diaper.
Yeah.
So that was my first parenting fail.
Okay. What was your first proud parent moment?
When I um when I bathed the kids
Okay.
and got them ready, like I felt proud. I felt like a father.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
that was
Good save there. uh, what was your first parent heartbreak?
disciplining the kids.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't like to discipline them,
Yeah.
but sometimes you have to. But yeah,
100%. So that definitely a little bit older once they got a little bit older, but
yeah. Because
yeah.
I feel bad, because I feel like when I'm disciplining them, I feel like I'm hurting them.
And you know those moments where, as a parent, you discipline your child and
Not
then
like beating them though. That's the thing. Not beating them. Like discipline, like for example,
just even like,
like yelling at them.
yeah, like
That hurts
sometimes,
me.
yeah.
Yelling is like you're yelling at like something that you brought into this world, and like you're responsible for it. You're yelling at
But
it.
even,
And
I
it
don't even think, sorry, not even to cut you, but I don't think it's even about that. I think it's their reaction to the discipline.
that too, yeah.
Because, of course, our children are still young. So sometimes when you just get overstimulated and in that moment you react and you might yell and say, stop. And then they kind of look frightened or scared because they don't expect their parent to like raise their voice at them. It's like, to see how they react to that, it breaks my heart, honestly. So I can understand that as your first parent heartbreak. And last rapid fire, What was the first parenting reality check moment for you?
Um, when I realized that, well, when Lamari came in, like when Lamari came into this world, I actually had a reality check that, damn, I'm a father of two. Like that actually is a crazy thing to say, but yeah, like when you realize like you just have two kids and they're just depending on you, you're just like, damn,
Like, when did this happen?
when did this happen? But okay, that and also like filling out their passports.
Oh,
That
yeah.
that was a crazy reality check. Cause I'm like, damn, like these are actually my kids. Like, damn, like they're actually like in the system now.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
so yeah. One day when both of them came in, like to this world, but also the passport when we were filling out and then they got their passports,
Yeah.
that was a huge reality check.
Mm-hmm.
That basically I'm a parent now and I can't take back my actions, you know? Like I can't take back you know, and I don't regret my decisions regardless.
Yeah.
I love it. This is like the best thing that happened to me, and I would recommend anyone having kids young. You know, like I always tell my friends have kids. You
Long
know,
as you're long as you're stable
nah,
and
nah. Like listen, you're never stable.
no.
You never listen. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, you
Listen.
know what? Let's
No,
talk about this
no,
topic
no, no,
another
no.
day.
We're gonna talk about this. Listen, listen. You're never ready to have a kid. You're never, ever, ever ready. Regardless if you're 30 or you're 15
Okay.
or if you're 40, you're never, ever ready for a kid.
True. I
Never.
agree.
You
I
don't.
just do think
You,
that you need to be, of course, in a stable relationship,
okay.
100%.
Okay. Okay.
It needs to be a healthy
Yes. Yes.
relationship. You
Okay.
should
The
not be
relate.
trying to bring a baby into this world and use that baby to fix the relationship because it's never going to work. Listen, you got to be stable. You got to have a roof over your head. You got to have financial support, whichever way that looks like for you. Then, by all means, have your child because, as he said, you will never 100% be ready.
No.
I do solely believe that. Like, that is not even a question. But I do believe in having stability and having your relationship in
Okay.
check.
If your relationship is good, like if you have a good
Yeah,
relationship,
and you know that's the
and
one
you
that
like
you're gonna spend
have
your life with.
and like okay, you're living somewhere and you have a stable job, like a full-time job, whatever. Sure, you'll be good, but you're never going to be ready to like have those sleepless nights. You're never going to be ready to like changing your baby at 2 a.m. in the morning or feeding them at 4 a.m. in the morning. Like you're not going to be ready for those stuff because
Yeah,
you can't.
but that comes with becoming a parent.
But yeah,
You can't fully ever train for that until you become a parent. Even having like younger siblings that you would take, like if you had younger siblings that you have to take care
well,
of
that's different
at
though.
that age, it's still not the same feeling as once you have a child of your own that completely depends on you.
That you're dependent. Like if life never changed for me, it would be so different. But these kids is like I have to work harder. I want to work harder. I'm focused on working harder. I'm focused on getting more stable than I am right now
Hmm.
because those kids is
They rely on you. They're everything.
like I wouldn't imagine anyone wouldn't want like nothing good for their kids. You know,
Of
I
course.
always want them to be, they're always fed. They're always, they have clothes. They have a roof over their head. It's good now, but it's like I want them to feel more stable.
I get it.
But yeah.
All jokes aside, those first moments really did teach us that we were not ever being handed a script on parenting. Like, this is your life. You're just being handed your child, well, in our case, children, and you got to figure out the rest.
You got to figure it out yourself. Like, it, there's no book out there
There's
for
no
parenting.
book, there's
No,
no
there's no book.
manual.
There's no manual. There's nothing like. It's not like you get like a a box from IKEA for like a chair
With
and
instructions.
with instructions. Nah, there's no instructions when you're a parent.
Yeah.
You gotta figure everything out on your own because everyone's experience is different. No one's experience is gonna be the same. People
Yeah.
can say that, but no, it's not gonna be the same ever. No
Never.
matter no matter if you had one kid or two kids or three kids, like it's never gonna be the same because all those kids, all those like every kid that you're bringing like to this world
It's different.
is
Every
not they're
child is
they're they're
different.
not gonna act the same. They're
No.
not gonna
Even twins act different.
twins. Yeah, twins
Twins
act
have their own
different.
personalities. They may have a lot of similarities, but every no human on this earth
No,
is the same.
no humans.
God literally made us all
If we were all the
different.
same,
Life would be boring.
life would be so boring. Yeah,
Because you know what to expect.
you know what to expect.
Simple.
This world is hectic. There's a lot of stuff going on behind closed doors that no one knows.
Of course.
And yeah, this is why, like, as I said, you're never ready. No matter what it is, you're never ready for anything. Not even for kids, just in general. You know,
Yeah.
we just got our own place. Most of you guys know that. I don't know, but we just got our own place, and we have to figure out stuff on our own. We can't depend on certain people. We can't say, "Oh yeah, you guys gone through this issue. We're probably gonna go through the same issue." No, we go through issues that other people don't go through.
Of course.
So, as I said, there's no manual for anything in this world.
Yeah.
Only for whatever bookshelves, chairs. Yeah, there's manuals
Yeah.
for those, but in anything else, you gotta know what works for you.
Well, as he said, long story short, this is a real journey. You know, life life is gonna be different daily. It's gonna look different. Every
Facts.
day you wake up, your child is not gonna act the same way they acted yesterday.
No,
They're learning every day, they're growing every day, we're learning every day, we're growing every day. And once again, that is even just to bring everything to a close, that is even why we named this podcast Parenthood Unscripted. Because you really, when you take a look at parenting, you see that there's no script that you can ever follow that will work for everyone. Everyone's life, everyone's parenthood, everyone's journey is going to be different. No matter what bumps you hit along the way though, that is that is what can make you stronger. It can make you, it can break you. It's up to you to determine how you want your journey to go. So,
facts.
on that note, I just want to take this time to shout out my husband for being so willing to support me in my journey of parenthood, in my journey of wanting to start this podcast, in my journey of wanting to start creating content full time. I mean, like, of course, we're not yet on the level that we aspire to be at one day, but every step is a step closer. And with that said, he's just always willing to support me on my wildest requests. I remember when I first mentioned to him that I wanted to start the podcast, like, he kind of like was looking at me like, babe, like what? But he never said no, don't do it. He never said he doesn't support me. he was just down and willing and ready to just do this and be there for me as my co-host. Some episodes will be myself and him. Some episodes will be myself, him, and another guest. Some might be just myself and another guest. But we do want you guys to come along with us for this journey. So if anything in this video hit home for you, don't forget to like,
Comment,
and subscribe,
of course.
because we're on this journey together, and every parent can help another parent.
You know, we're doing this so that we can get your guys, like, see what you guys are feeling. You know, I know
Yeah,
you
drop
guys
it
you
below.
guys you guys can say whatever you want in the comments.
Yeah, we're gonna read every single
I'm gonna read every
comment.
comment.
If you know another parent that something in this video would hit home for them, share it with them. Allow them to also, respond and comment. And we're just ready to hear what you guys have to say about parenthood. And we're just excited for this journey.
Facts.
Thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of Parenthood Unscripted.
Yes, sir.
We love and appreciate all of you, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Yes, sir.
Peace and
Peace.
love.
Yes, sir.